been talking about the 2026 race so early because it's so important, because you can't lose it, that we might have lost sight of how much time we actually do have.
Yeah.
Someone could be the odds-on favorite on November 3rd, 2025, a year from the race, and it not matter and not even win the primary. So I think we got to give ourselves some grace. There's some candidates who are in. It's very much a shadow campaign. How active is Jocelyn Benson?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think you of course normally start the election right after the old one, but I think there's a part of us where we're too normal to fully commit to that.
Yeah.
And so we just it feels very much out of sight, out of mind right now. But and on that's on everyone's part. Probably Mike Duggan's the guy working the hardest because he needs to.
Yeah. That will be an interesting play because if you look at the data, there's no chance he wins.
Zero chance.
So he is playing what? A power play to say, hey, I'll back out or I'm going to
Just
burn the
on
county.
straight ticket voting alone,
Yeah.
you shave off 40% from each party. That doesn't leave you with enough people who and because someone doesn't vote straight ticket doesn't mean they're not a Democrat or a Republican.
Yeah.
They just might not like everybody. And so that doesn't mean that those independent minded people who choose all their own candidates are independents and will choose you. And so Mike Duggan, I mean, I call it too clever by half. It's clever in the sense that he's the only guy who we know will be on the ballot in November 2026. But by half in the sense that you're going to take a tax from both parties. I haven't heard of any magic happening in the fundraising front. And then he was such a coward that he left his so this is a guy who left his wife after 30 years at the height of his career success. You're mayor of Detroit. And at that moment is when you leave your longtime wife
Who's
because
been with you
another
for
woman winks at you.
Yeah.
People say, oh, it's not, it doesn't. No, that matters.
Yeah.
Because what do you think that person would do if they were offered a cabinet position?
Yeah.
You think they wouldn't leave you? They left their wife. So don't
Yeah.
tell me it doesn't matter. Of course it matters. Here's why else it matters. Guy who leaves his wife of 30 years leaves his political party of his entire adult life, which is about 30 years. So you're a leaver and a quitter, and you're also faithless because had Duggan kept the faith and everything else stayed the same, he would have seen Jocelyn Benson basically be stillborn in her campaign, and he would be the consensus Democrat right now because he's not crazy, he's not a woman, and he doesn't talk about abortion constantly.